Why'd I do that? Everybody, welcome back to the shop. We're finally back on the Goldwing because we have gaskets! Gotta pick that up. All right, now we're finally back here. As you may have noticed, our audio is a lot different this week. I got wireless microphone here. Still working out a lot of bugs, so bear with me, but we're gonna get this figured out. So, we got our parts in, so now we're gonna go ahead and start putting this poor thing back together. Our goal was to ride it, sometime in the near future, maybe go on some trips. Maybe we'll make a video each time we get a project done. We'll do a joyride type episode where we take it out for an adventure. But right now, we got to finish this. Just remember, what held us up is we needed that to come off. Oh, there it goes again. We needed our stator here replaced, this piece. Well, we got our stator replaced. The replacement one is in. It's bolted down tight where it should be. But our gasket here tore. Actually, still a little piece here on the block that I left. So we're going to finish cleaning the block side of this up. We cleaned the casing side here. We're going to clean it all up, get it ready. And then I got brand new gaskets and some seals. And we're going to go ahead and replace this gasket, the other gasket, and a couple seals in here. That way this thing is nice and tight. It doesn't leak any oil because it's perpetually leaked since I bought it. And yeah, we're going to get it back together. Go for a nice ride. Now we will be breaking this bike all the way down at some point in the next couple years. Just because it's older, bushings and stuff. I mean, we got to rebuild the forks this summer. So eventually we're going to go through and rebuild this motor from scratch just to make it back to where it should be right now. Right now the motor here is a little low on compression. So we're just going to put all this stuff back on it. We're going to ride it for the summer. But then this winter coming, maybe what we'll do is we'll pull it out and we'll do a full engine tear down and we'll do a light rebuild on it where we'll re-scratch the cylinder walls, new set of rings on it, maybe some new bearings if it needs it. We'll use up the rest of our gasket and seal kit here, and this whole thing will be freshened from one side to the other, freshly painted, you name it, all the good stuff. But right now, we're just trying to get back up and running. It's more fun to have a driving project than a sitting project. All right, first things first, we're going to put the drive shaft back because that's supposed to be in there. I need a screwdriver. This has a gear set right here that when you pull this shaft out rolls. You got to pull it back in, push this in. It's got a set of splines here. You need to match back up with the splines on this gear. It feels engaged. I know I'm turning the gear set because I can move the clutch here a little bit when I wiggle it. I don't know if you can see that moving. All right, let's scrape this gasket off. You know what the best days are to be in the shop? Rainy one. It's when it's raining. Can't do much else. So, might as well go in the shop and play. That's what we're doing. It's currently raining outside, actually. Probably should have put this back on the table. But no, I'm stubborn. Yeah, this gasket's baked on right here. It doesn't want to come off. Yeah, I should have put the table back up. It's okay. I have tools for this. There we go. And the reason I don't like these is if you're not careful, it's really easy to gouge the steel. We don't want that. And we're just trying to get most of it here. Better clean, better sealed. All right, let's get out our gaskets. Okay. There we go. Would you believe that I found this kit on Amazon? Of all the places I thought I'd buy motorcycle parts. All right. So I see the guy we need. Now we just got to get to him. Look, head gaskets. Not doing them today. Are good to have, because we will be doing them at a later date. Here we go. That's the big one we needed. I'm going to put all these back. Put them aside. What we'll do is we'll get a box. Put those in it later. All right, now let me see here. Do I want to put a new seal in there? Well, it wasn't leaking, so I'm going to say leave it alone this time. There we go. One clean gasket. It goes on here somehow. I promise it does. That's how it goes. So smart! There we go. That should seal nicely. Take our casing here. I think I need a hammer. When working on parts like this, use a dead blow. There it goes. Ah, there it is. There we go. Look at that. Nice and pressed together. I gotta figure out which box has these bolts in it. I'll take a wild guess and say this one. All right. We got a couple long boys. Think they're going to go there. The rest of these guys go here. There we go. Best place to be on a rainy day is in the shop. let it be known that I use these. Climber says 7 to 10 foot-pounds. Righty tighty. Hmm. I like how some of these are going. Nope, something's wrong. Some of these are fine, some of these aren't. Yep, that's what it is. All right. I guess this puts us dead in our tracks tonight. So, bolts have something called a tensile strength. It's basically the strength of the pull this way on the bolt. You have cheap bolts, they have poor tensile strength. And when you try to tighten them, it starts to tighten and pull on that head, snaps. Well, that's what I thought I felt going on, and turns out I was right. We got lucky with this one. Sometimes the threads snap off clean in the block and get them out to pain. Sometimes it's not. It's usually a pain. So I'm going to have to figure out what bolt size this is. And then I'm going to have to order a whole bunch of them. All right. It's been a week. For you, it was like 5 seconds. But for me, it was a week. You can clearly see I did a lot of other stuff in that time. But finally, I have the stuff I need to get back on that Goldwing motor. So let's fix a bike. See, this paint came out really, really good, actually. But it's not clear coated. And right here, you can kind of see why. Get the camera in the right light. See those brush marks? That's not brush marks. That's where I used 320 grit sandpaper where I shouldn't have. I'm supposed to use 400 when prepping a good surface like this, but I only used 320 in some spots. Just trying to be speedy. It didn't work. Never rush it. If you rush it, it will always go wrong. But the parts that did clear came out good. See? Ooh. All right, let's work on the Goldwing. All right, so what I did is I did something bad. Now, usually I don't do this, but if it's something I'm intending on taking apart and I know what kind of load it's under, then I'll go ahead and do this. But what I did is I went to the local store and bought these Hillman brand bolts. These should work really good. They're everything you need. They're the same thread, same thickness, same length. They don't have the same head on them. I'll show you. You see how this head has a flange on it? Not 100% sure what that's called, but Google it, then comment. I had a chart once, but I forget it. These got just a standard hex head, and it doesn't have as much pressure being distributed around the edges because it doesn't have that flange. So we went and bought some washers to match. That one. I knew it went in one of the holes. Those are for those. I'm going to go ahead and put one of these back on just to kind of hold this cover on. We're not even going to snug it. We're just going to run until they touch. Run the rest of these out. You want some better camera angles and whatnot? Tell me what you want to see. You tell me what you want to see, I'll know how to give it to you. All right. Get our torque wrench here. Set this back to 10 foot-pounds. Righty-tighty. All right, pull these out. There's our old ones, our stretchy boys. Don't really have a use for them now. I'll probably either throw them out or recycle them or something. Now for the rest. I tried to order extras. So I should have 1 or 2 left over when I'm done here. You notice these washers have a side that's flat, more sharp, or the side that's more curved. I like to put the more flat, sharp side towards the piece, leave the curved side towards the bolt. I don't have any proof that it's better other than it looks slightly different when you look up close, and I like it. That's the only difference I know of.
Didn't think it'd go this fast. Goodbye to this house we thought would always last. And this is where Dad's garden grows. Summer haze, my reading place, and late night tiptoes. And I know the memories are with me, even when you move.
There we go, moment of truth. That one tight. There we go. Got those torqued down. Hmm. What just happened? Small problem. These three, actually, They won't want to tighten all the way. What's happened is they actually started to strip some of the threads inside the casing. Well, that's a bummer. But we're going to pretend that didn't happen. We're going to pretend that this went hunky-dory and it's perfect and it's good as new. Mostly because it's mine. If this was for either anyone else or like stuff we're going to build later to sell, then we would worry about this. And then we would go back in and drill out the hole and retap it. But this is mine. And don't get it right, just get it running. A little questionable, but it's snug. Snug. Always take the tension back out of your torque wrench. If you don't, you will find out the hard way. All right, so next let's get this clutch cover back on it. Actually, I guess before I do that, I better look at putting it in the bike. Look, it floats! But no, seriously, gantry from Harbor Freight, highly recommended. If you can get one, please do. Save your back. All right. Rattles the ceiling, so let's not do anything stupid. I feel like I should have known where this went. It's official. I'm clueless. I know it's a ground strap, so as long as it's hitting ground, that's all that matters. And how short it is looks like it is back here. Now for the rest of it. Got it. All right, made a decision about these. They're starting to rust up. They're not looking good. I have two options. One, either I can send them out and have them replated, or two, I can paint them. Well, I already own the paint and it's free now, so we're going to paint them. Okay, the phone died a little while ago, so I had to charge it partially. I might have another hour's worth of recording. But meantime, motor is in, plate is in, that thingy is on. I painted these guys here, put them on. So yeah, we're going a good ways here. There was a funny though. Neutral safety switch sits behind the frame rail. Uses a Phillips screw. There's no way to get to it without pulling the whole motor. And you can guess what I'm not doing. So I rigged the battery up and turned the key, hit the button, found out, yeah, it'll still crank, so it should still run and start. Just my neutral light doesn't work. Well, I don't need it anyway. So we're going to get back to this. We're going to start putting the radiator in, and maybe we'll even fill it up with oil and antifreeze tonight. That way we can see if it leaks overnight. Is it bad if I can't remember how this goes? I mean, it go in the hole. I think that one goes there. That one goes in front of it. And that goes there. Hey, look, I figured it out. I'm smart. Huzzah! Let's get some oil and antifreeze in this thing. Now I will be getting some new band clamps for this thing. Well, except for the stuff that I spilled, looks okay. An oil flow trick. Hopefully my phone don't die before the oil's filled up. All right. Got a little bit of oil in it. Got a bit of water in it. We're going to hook the battery up and burp it. All righty. Let's go ahead and burp it a little bit. Ignition off, clutch in. Well, I think until we assemble more and get it started, that's going to be about all the more I can do. All right, last day on the Goldwing. All I got to do is install everything in this box and the exhaust pipes. The first things we're going to do is carburetors because I like to work from the top down. That's the only reason. Which way do these go in? This way. I remember because vacuum gauge, vacuum there was at the front of the block. Make sure this gasket's clean. Cool. All right, let's put this in. All right. I do not have any cotter pins that small. I got some mechanics wire. Don't do this at home. Sorry, the phone died for a while. Putting the exhaust on. Alrighty, that's it. She's together, except for road draft tube for the crankcase and hooking up rear shock, putting the seat on. It's finished. So I cranked her quite a bit. See if this works. Smokes like she always does. Well, there we go. Finally put a new stator in the bike. That was a lot of work. Hey guys, thanks again for clicking on these videos and giving them a good watch. Really appreciate it. Just as I promised in the very beginning, We're going to be building cars on this channel that we're going to put up for sale and bring a trailer. You can follow along with us. First car we're going to build is this here, 1975 Dodge Dart. We're going to tear it all the way down, and we're going to start from the ground up and rebuild this whole car, hot rod it around a bit, and then we're going to stick her up for sale, and then you can buy it. So thank you again for watching these videos. It means a lot to me that you're here on the journey. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can see when the first video of tearing this thing apart drops. See you soon.